Okay, let's unpack this for a second. When you think about the biggest expenses in farming, what really comes to mind first?
Yeah, good question. Usually it's the big machinery, right? Tractors, combine harvesters.
Exactly. Or maybe the vast fields themselves, or even, the latest high-tech, like drones.
Sure, all those things.
But you might actually be surprised to learn about a massive, foundational, yet often kind of overlooked investment: farm tires.
It's truly fascinating when you look at the numbers. I mean, farmers collectively, they maintain an inventory of tires across all their agricultural vehicles that's valued at more than R1.2 billion annually.
Wow, R1.2 billion just on tires.
Just on tires. And look, that's based on pretty conservative estimates, okay? We're talking roughly 30,000 commercial farms here in South Africa.
Okay.
Figuring maybe a median of 3 vehicles per farm. And that covers everything, heavy-duty tractors, the backies, the light trucks.
Everyday workhorses.
And even things like farm motorcycles. It really underscores how significant these seemingly simple items actually are.
That figure is genuinely staggering. Especially, like you said, when you think about how much attention normally goes to the flashy machinery.
Exactly.
So here's where it gets really interesting, and this is what our deep dive is all about today. We want to explore why this often missed cost is so absolutely critical. Particularly now, in an environment where input prices seem to be climbing faster than returns, right?
That's the pinch point.
So we're going to look into how a strategic investment, what might seem like a pretty basic component, can actually become a total game changer for a farm's productivity, its stability.
Yeah, its whole operational efficiency. Because, while farmers are generally very quick to adopt cutting-edge tech.
Sure. Drones, weather apps, precision ag.
All of that. But sometimes the very interface between that expensive machinery and the earth itself, the tires, well, they'd sometimes be a bit of an afterthought.
Right. Out of sight, out of mind, maybe.
Perhaps. But premium tires, like the advanced agricultural ones, and especially the very high flexion or VF tires, you saw Bridgestone showcasing these at the NAMPO Harvest Day recently.
Ah, yes. The VF tires. I've heard about those.
Well, these are engineered for, so much more than just keeping the air in. They're designed to perform.
Okay. Tell us a bit more about that. Why aren't these premium options, these VF tires, just sort of nice to have? How do they actually hit the farm's bottom line?
Great question. So VF tires, fundamentally, they're designed to carry the same load or even heavier loads, but at significantly lower inflation pressures compared to standard tires.
Lower pressure.
Okay.
What does that mean out in the field?
It means a much larger footprint on the ground, and that bigger footprint directly translates to a really significant reduction in soil compaction.
Ah, soil compaction. That's a huge issue in farming, isn't it?
It's massive. Less compaction means healthier soil structure. It allows plant roots to develop better, lets water infiltrate more effectively.
Which ultimately leads to
better crop growth, higher yields. And crucially, that means potentially increased revenue per hectare. It's not just a small improvement. It can be a direct boost to profitability.
So it's really not just about the tire itself, but this knock-on effect on the absolute foundation of farming, the soil health.
Precisely. And that's not all.
Okay, what other direct impacts are we looking at?
Well, beyond the soil benefits, these premium tires offer dramatically improved traction. Think about it. Less wheel slip.
Right, less wasted energy.
Exactly. Less wear and tear on the tractor's powertrain, lower fuel consumption because the engine isn't fighting slippage.
Okay, saving fuel is always big.
Always. And it means faster completion of field work too, getting more done in less time. When you're in those really critical planting or harvest windows, weather breathing down your neck.
Yeah, time is everything.
Saving those valuable labor hours, covering more ground efficiently, that can genuinely be the difference between a profitable season and, well, a really tough one.
It puts that quote from Jacques Ricozzo at Bridgestone into perspective.
It does. He said, premium tires are more than just components. They're a critical enabler of uptime, safety, and cost efficiency on farms.
Uptime, safety, cost efficiency.
Yeah.
Those are the key pillars.
It's about optimizing the entire system, not just one part in isolation.
It's so easy to just focus on the upfront price tag, isn't it? But it sounds like the real story here, the crucial part, is that long-term return on investment.
Definitely. And this isn't just a lesson for farming, is it?
No, I don't think so. How does this connect more broadly?
Well, if we kind of zoom out, this whole deep dive into tires really highlights something universal, I think. For almost any industry, but especially ones facing tight margins.
Like agriculture, construction, transport.
Right. It's just absolutely essential to recognize the the long-term value of every single component. It's not just about how much does this cost me today.
It's more about what value will this deliver over its lifetime.
Exactly. It's seeing it as a strategic investment, even for what might seem like a basic item, and understanding the compound returns it delivers over time in efficiency, in durability, in productivity.
So wrapping this up then, what does this all mean for you listening right now? This deep dive into farm tires, it really shows us that sometimes the most critical parts of any operation, well, they're the ones we tend to least consider.
The unglamorous components.
Yeah, the foundational bits. And it raises, I think, quite an important question for all of us. Where might you find similar overlooked sort of critical enablers or foundational components in your own work, or even just in your daily life?
Yeah, where could a deeper look, a bit more strategic thought,
unlock some significant efficiency, or maybe savings, that you never even knew were possible? Something to think about.